Everybody, this is Chris with Hobby Legends, and we are ripping some 2024 Marvel's Masterpiece 92 Platinum. There's going to be another 9-box character break, with the only exception being the Battle Spectrum spot. That is its own spot. Everything else is going to the character on the front of the card. So let's get to ripping, everybody. See what goodies Marvel Masterpiece 92 Platinum has for us today. And in the previous half of the case, we did find our metallurgy, but we did not see any PMGs. So hopefully one of these 9 boxes has a precious metals gems for us today. All right, let's get started. And we're going to lead off with Captain Britain, followed by Captain Marvel on the corner box creations. Up next is Cyclops on the canvas. And then Magneto hanging out in the back of the pack. Ooh, we're going to see our first numbered card in pack number 2. And it is going to Namorita on the pink lasers. So the Namorita spot is the first to strike with some numbered action. And she is 400 of 992 on the pink lasers. And behind her, we're going to have Dormammu on the leather. Johnny Blaze to finish off our pack. There's Wolverine on the fantastic covers, followed by a little Sue Storm action with Invisible Woman on the canvas. There's Magneto on the cover variant, followed by Mole Man on the clear. There's Thor on the corner box creations, followed by Nova on the canvas, and then Namor to finish off our pack. And we're going to get our first blue tracks today, and very nice. That is a cover variant of Mephisto on the blue tracks, followed by Black Panther on the clear. What is up, Timmy? Welcome on back. And there's Johnny Blaze on the cover variant. And right behind Johnny Blaze is Ghost Rider. So that is very fitting on the canvas for Ghost Rider. And there's Storm on the rainbow cover variant, followed by a little Kurt Connors action with Lizard on the clear. Darkhawk on the cover variant, followed by Major Victory on the canvas. Ooh, we got our first lenticular, and that is going to the Namor spot on the lenticular. Followed by Apocalypse on the rainbow, and Cable to finish off our pack. And there's Morbius on the canvas, followed by a little Felicia Hardy action with Black Cat on the blue tracks. And Green Goblin to finish off our pack. Alright, Amazing Spiderling, let's see if we can find some Elektra, Lizard, and Nightcrawler for you today. Ooh, and we have our first Plexi. So our rainbow in the back is going to Leader. And our first Plexi today is going to Strong Guy. So Strong Guy getting on the board with a Plexi. And that is going to do it for box number 1. Alright, box number 2. Can you show us Seismic Gold or lower? We want to see some low numbered action out of you. And box 2 is going to lead off with White Queen, followed by Black Panther on the fantastic covers, and then Silver Surfer on the canvas. Ooh, we got our first numbered card out of box 2. It's going to be a pink lasers, and very nice. That is going to the cover boy. Silver Surfer on the pink lasers. Very nice. Congrats to the Silver Surfer spot. And he is 402 of 992 on the pink lasers. And then behind him, a little Remy LeBeau action with Gambit on the leather. There's Doctor Strange on the corner box creations, followed by Dazzler on the canvas. Mr. Fantastic on the cover variant, followed by Cage on the clear. Ooh, nice. Our first Battle Spectrum today is Spider-Man versus Venom. So Battle Spectrum spot is on the board, followed by Cable on the canvas. And we do have another pink lasers coming up. Oh, and I know who that is with the beam. It is Cyclops on the pink lasers cover variant. So there you go, Cyclops spot. And he is 63 of 692 on the pink lasers, followed by Namor on the clear, and Hobgoblin to finish off our pack. There's Professor X on the cover variant, followed by Green Goblin on the canvas. Silver Sable on the rainbow cover variant, followed by Cable on the clear. Wolverine on the cover variant. Up next is Black Widow on the canvas. And we do have another lenticular coming up. And that is going to the Unstoppable Juggernaut on the lenticular. Followed by Tombstone on the rainbow. And there's Moon Knight on the canvas. And then there you go, a little Nightcrawler action for you, Spiderling, on the blue tracks. And final pack here of box number 2. And ooh, we're going to see another Plexi. So rainbow in the back is going to Shadowcat. And our second Plexi today is going to Nick Fury. So there you go, Nick Fury spot on the Plexi. And that'll bring us to box number 3. And that's funny, our final pack and the first 2 boxes both had a Plexi. No, that'll be Joe, Timmy. Joe is our man for Star Wars over here at Hobby Legends. So he will be ripping both the Star Wars today. I think we're doing Chrome Black and then our first look at Masterworks. And Masterworks looks pretty darn awesome. So that'll be a lot of fun for Joe later today. There's Thor on the fantastic covers. Ooh, and then our first holo foil is going to Iceman. So very nice action there for Iceman on the holo foil. And we do have another pink lasers coming up. And this one is going to Mojo on the pink lasers cover variant. And for Mojo, he is 166 of 692. And I think you guys can see what's next. It is a lenticular for Spider-Man. So there you go, Spidey spot on the lenticular. Daredevil on the corner box creations, followed by Sabretooth on the clear. There's Hulk on the corner box creations, followed by Darkhawk on the canvas. Captain America on the rainbow fantastic covers. And then some more Spidey action, this time on the clear. Wonder Man on the cover variant, Rainbow. Followed by Ultron on the canvas. And there's Night Thrasher on the clear. Followed by Blob on the rainbow. Phoenix on the cover variant. And then Namor on the canvas. And Kingpin to finish off our pack. And there's Morbius on the leather. Followed by Shadowcat on the blue tracks. And Mr. Sinister to finish off our pack. Deathbird on the canvas. And Rainbow behind her is going to Sabretooth. There's Black Panther on the cover variant. And leather behind him is going to Mojo. And final pack here of box number 3. Ooh, nice. We're going to see a red Prism. Oh, very cool. That is going to Venom on the red Prism. So putting the Venom spot on the board with some numbered action. And for Venom, he is 169 of 492 on the red Prism. And behind him is going to be another Spidey villain. It is Hobgoblin on the canvas. And box 3 is going to finish off with Magneto. Box 4 is going to lead off with Red Skull, followed by She-Hulk on the corner box creations. And then there we go, a little Electro action on the holo foil. Ooh, we got another pink lasers coming up. And this one is going to Deathbird on the pink lasers. And for Deathbird, she is 948 of 992 on the pink lasers. And then behind her, we're going to have a lenticular, and that is Rogue. There's Spider-Man on the fantastic covers, followed by some more Electro action, this time on the clear. There's Cyclops on the corner box creations, Rainbow, followed by Iceman on the canvas. Iron Man on the corner box creations. And behind him is going to be Leader on the clear. And no Delco, we have not seen a PMG yet out of any of this case, because we did open 9 boxes before and no PMG. So hopefully one of our last 5 does have a PMG for us. And there's a cover variant, blue tracks for Shadowcat, followed by Electro on the canvas. Strong Guy on the cover variant, followed by Professor X on the clear. And there's Psylocke on the rainbow cover variant, followed by Bishop on the canvas. Lizard on the cover variant. And then leather behind him is going to Captain Britain. I hope so. We've never had a case that did not have at least one PMG. So one of these last 5+ boxes should have one for us. Shatterstar on the canvas. And then a little Nightcrawler action with Nightcrawler on the rainbow. And there's Namorita on the leather, followed by Adam Warlock on the blue tracks. There you go, Spiderling. Now let's see if we can find some Elektra and Lizard action for you. Ooh. All right, do you see what I see? We have a red PMG on the way, everybody. All right, good luck. Our Precious Metals gem. Oh, that's Mojo. Sure is. Our red PMG is going to the Mojo spot. Yeah, you knew right when you saw his hands, too. So there you go, Mojo spot on the red PMG. And for Mojo, he is 3 of 100 on the red PMG. And we always got to take an extra second to take in the precious metal gems. So very cool. Congrats to the Mojo spot on the red PMG. And then Mole Man on the canvas. And Adam Warlock on the rainbow. But we still do have 5 full boxes, so hopefully this is one of those cases where we get 2. Because we've had it happen a few times in our cases where we saw 2. But most of the time it was just 1 in a case. But hopefully we get lucky and can find a second one. There's Star-Lord on the fantastic covers. Followed by a little Wilson Fisk action with Kingpin on the canvas. Ooh, we do have some low-numbered action, though. Very, very cool. All right, who have we found? Very nice. It is going to Nomad. Yeah, these look so darn awesome. So very cool. We went from a PMG to an Emerald Surge out of 10 for Nomad. And Nomad is 7 of 10 on the Emerald Surge. And these are super, super tough pulls. I think in all of our Platinum rips, this is the 3rd one we found overall. And we have ripped a lot of cases. So very cool. Congrats to the Nomad spot on the Emerald Surge to 10. And then we're going to have a little action for the God of Mischief. It is Loki on the Lenticular. And Black Cat to finish off our pack. There's Thanos on the Corner Box Creations. Followed by Colossus on the clear. Adam Warlock on the cover variant. And then Mr. Sinister on the canvas. There's Cable on the Corner Box Creations. Followed by a little Wolverine action with Wolvie on the clear. And there's Tombstone on the Blue Tracks cover variant. Followed by Deathlock on the canvas. Leader on the cover variant. And then we're going to have Havoc on the clear. Oh, I am sorry, Wigstick. Yeah, no, the listings were ending last night, and ooh, like I was telling you, man, sometimes we do find 2 in a case. That is going to be a blue PMG to 50. So our second Precious Metals gems, and back-to-back boxes, too. All right, who have... Oh, my, that is a very good one. Very cool. That is Silver Surfer on the blue PMG. Wow, what a break for Silver Surfer. We did see him on numbered action earlier, but now this is the winner. Blue Precious Metals gem. Very cool. Congrats to the Silver Surfer spot. And he is 2 of 50 on the blue PMG. So very cool. We did find a second one. And just a heads up, it does have a little tiny ding right there. You can see it under the L of silver for Silver Surfer. But otherwise, the card does look pretty good other than that little bit of ding. But very cool that we have got to see 2 precious metal gems so far. And I've never seen a box with 3, but we still do have 4 boxes. Come on, let this be the case. And then some more action for Spidey on the cover variant, Rainbow. Followed by Cage on the canvas. But that is a super cool one to hit. He is the cover boy after all. There's Colossus on the cover variant. Ooh, man, another solid hit. That is Gambit on the wood. There you go, Remy LeBeau spot. And the woods are 1 in every 72 packs, so very cool. So yeah, man, our last 2 boxes have delivered absolute fire. So very cool. Congrats to the Gambit spot on the leather. Or I'm sorry, the wood, I should say. But I mean, in the last 2 boxes, we've got 2 precious metal gems, a wood, and Emerald Surge to 10. That is fantastic. And there's Magneto on the canvas, followed by Mephisto on the rainbow. Major Victory on the leather, followed by Tombstone on the blue tracks. Johnny Blaze on the canvas, followed by Storm on the rainbow. Oh, I know about that, Wishstick, because since we pulled Gambit, I do own 3 of those ones. And it was the same thing where the first 2 I bought on eBay, the centering ended up being not up to snuff. So yeah, when you get one that is centered very well, that is awesome. Because, I mean, they are tough to find, especially if you're going for a certain character. Because it is 1 in every 72 packs on the woods. There's Spider-Man on the fantastic covers. And behind him, we're going to have a holo foil. And that is going to Cable. So Cable on the holo foil. And we do have a pink lasers coming up. And this one is going to Archangel on the pink lasers cover variant. And for Archangel, he is 221 of 692. And behind him is going to be Johnny Blaze on the lenticular. Iron Man on the corner box creations. And then some action for Darkhawk on the clear. Ooh, nice. Another one for the Battle Spectrum spot. This one is Captain America versus Red Skull. So that is our second Battle Spectrum so far. We did see Spider-Man versus Venom as well. Scarlet Witch on the canvas. There's Namor on the corner box creations, rainbow. Ooh, nice. Another one for Silver Surfer, this time on the clear. This is easily the best break we've had for Silver Surfer. And there's a cover variant rainbow for Mephisto, followed by Archangel on the canvas. Ooh, there's Moon Knight on the clear, followed by Shatterstar on the rainbow. Deathlock on the cover variant. And then we're going to have Enchantress on the canvas. And there's Quicksilver on the leather. And behind him is going to be a blue tracks. And that is Ben Grimm the Thing. on the blue tracks. And Kingpin to finish off our pack. There's Loki on the canvas. And Rainbow behind him is going to Mole Man. Cage on the cover variant. And then a little Steve Rogers action with Captain America on the leather. Ooh, nice. We're going to see another red prism. And this one is going to Dormammu. And yeah, Dormammu, that is your color. So Dormammu strikes here on the red prism. And he is 475 of 492. Followed by North Star on the canvas. And let's see if we can find her again for you, Tim. We did see Captain Marvel once already today. And she's a tougher pull because she is only on one of the inserts. And that brings us to box number 7. There's Star-Lord and Rocket on the corner box creations. And then we're going to have a holo foil. And this one is going to Moon Knight on the holo foil. Hobgoblin to finish off our pack. And Pink Lasers coming up. And this one is going to Beast on the Pink Lasers cover variant. And for Beast, he is 381 of 692. Ooh, and behind him, we're going to have some action for the Incredible Hulk on the lenticular. So there you go, Hulk spot. And there's Thing and Human Torch on the corner box creations. That is one for the random if we do not see a second one today. Followed by Wonder Man on the clear. Moon Knight on the fantastic covers. Followed by a little Matt Murdock action with Daredevil on the canvas. And there's Black Panther on the corner box creations, Rainbow. Followed by Human Torch on the clear. And some more Nightcrawler action, this time on the cover variant, Rainbow. Oh, nice. This is your pack, Amazing Spiderling. Elektra on the canvas. And there's Magneto on the clear. Followed by Thing on the rainbow. Ooh, with Flare, not all that many. Maybe like 5 or 6 total, Wishstick. We did not do a whole lot of that product. Because the thicker cards, they were tough. Electro on the cover variant. Followed by Nightmare on the canvas. Like for us, the ones that we've done the most is 92 Platinum, what we're ripping now. And then Marvel Platinum, the regular set before this. There's Invisible Woman on the leather. Followed by Blob on the canvas. And a little more action for Hulk on the canvas. Followed by Black Cat on the rainbow. And there's Bishop on the cover variant. And behind him is going to be a leather, and that is going to Nova. And final pack here of box number 7. Ooh, we're going to see another red prism. Yeah, that's exactly it, Wishstick. It was tough for shipping because all the cards are super thick. Our red prism is going to Night Thrasher. So a little action here for Night Thrasher on the red prism. And he is 457 of 492. And the problem with products where the cards are thicker is a lot of the cards, for people that like to grade, they don't grade well. So we try not to do too much of the thicker sets. There's She-Hulk on the canvas. But at least with this particular set, the thicker cards are usually pretty good because it's the Plexis and the Metallurgies, and I have not seen any issue with any of those cards. But with Flare, like some of the thick cards, man, they just, even when you open them out of the pack, you're like, oh man, that is not going to grade a 10. And there's Nova on the corner box creations. And then some action for Black Widow on the holo foil. Ooh, we got some more numbered action. It's going to be a pink lasers. And that is going to White Queen on the pink lasers. Oh, nice. It's going to be a double queen pack. She is 598 of 992 on the pink lasers. But White Queen is not done yet. Also here on the lenticular. Human Torch to finish off our pack. And there's Spider-Gwen on the corner box creations. Followed by Strong Guy on the clear. Black Widow on the cover variant. And then Super Skrull on the canvas. And there's another one for the random at the end of the break. It is Thor and Hulk on the fantastic covers. Followed by Bullseye on the clear. And there's Blob on the Blue Tracks cover variant. Followed by Dr. Octopus on the canvas. No, it definitely does. Like, the cards themselves look fantastic, but there's just a lot of customers that we have that love to grade things, and they were complaining that like some of the cards just weren't the greatest, and it was just the nature of the product and how they box it. Moon Knight on the cover variant, followed by Tombstone on the clear. Because when we first saw that set, we thought we were going to be ripping it quite a bit, and then we're like, no, we can't do it. And there is some action for Shadowcat on the cover variant, Rainbow. Followed by Venom on the canvas. Iceman on the cover variant. And then North Star on the leather. Nick Fury on the canvas. And then Rainbow behind him is going to Strong Guy. And there's Cyclops on the leather. And Blue Tracks behind him is going to Storm. So very cool. I think that's the first goodie we found for Storm so far today. And that brings us to the final pack here of box number 8. Red Skull on the canvas. Followed by Lizard on the rainbow. All right, our final box today. Let's see if we can find one more low-numbered hit. A very good 9 boxes today. We saw 2 Precious Metals gems and an Emerald Surge to 10. That is a fantastic 9 boxes. There's Captain America on the corner box creations, followed by Nomad on the canvas. Ooh, we got another pink lasers coming up. And this one is going to Strong Guy on the pink lasers. And he is 449 of 992. And behind him is going to be Ghost Rider on the leather. Ooh, nice. We found a third Battle Spectrum card. This one is Thing versus Hulk. So very cool. We have found 3 of the 5. Weapon Omega on the canvas. And another pink lasers coming up. And this one is going to Darkhawk on the pink lasers cover variant. And for Darkhawk, he is 334 of 692. Followed by Deathbird on the clear. Silver Surfer on the corner box creations. And then Feral on the canvas. And there's Sabretooth on the Blue Tracks cover variant. Followed by Green Goblin on the clear. Shatterstar on the cover variant. Followed by Speedball on the canvas. There's Apocalypse on the cover variant, Rainbow. And then Bishop on the clear. Mole Man on the cover variant. And then Night Thrasher on the canvas. Alright, last 3 packs. Ooh, we do have another lenticular. And this one is going to Night Thrasher on the lenticular. And then Havoc on the rainbow. There's Human Torch on the canvas. And Blue Tracks behind him is going to Sabretooth. Alright, everybody, we have made it to our final pack. And this one feels thick. I think we have a Plexi here. So we should see one more Plexi in our final pack. Our rainbow in the back is going to Bullseye. And our final hit of the break is going to be a Plexi going to Venom. Nice. So our final hit is going to Venom. So very cool. Congrats to the Venom spot on the Plexi. And it's always nice to have a cool hit in your final pack. And give us 2 seconds, everybody, before while we're getting the recap ready. No, it's fine. And then where did you put this dual card? Oh, these are different. Yeah. Like, these ones, just turn them around and you'll see they say Battle Spectrum. Keep them together. And those cards, the doubles, when I put them up top like that, that's just the random ones. Alright, thank you, sir. Alright, let's get into our recap. And, man, did we do very good today on some low-numbered action. We were able to find an Emerald Surge to 10. So cool. Congrats to the Nomad spot on the Emerald Surge. And then we found not 1, but 2 precious metal gems. First up is Silver Surfer on the blue PMG to 50. And then red PMG to 100 for Mojo. So very cool that we had 2 today. Up next, we'll look at our red prisms. We found Night Thrasher, Dormammu, and Venom. And those ones are all to 492. Next up is our pink lasers. We'll start with the cover variants. Darkhawk, Beast, Archangel, Mojo, Cyclops, and all those ones are to 692. And our regular pink lasers to 992. We found Silver Surfer, Namorita, Deathbird, White Queen, and Strong Guy. Up next, let's look at our blue tracks. And for the blue tracks, we found Sabretooth, Blob, Tombstone, Shadowcat, Mephisto, Black Cat, Nightcrawler, Shadowcat, Adam Warlock, Tombstone, Thing, Blob, Storm, and Sabretooth. Up next, let's look at our holo foils. We found Black Widow, Moon Knight, Cable, Electro, and Iceman. And our lenticulars, we found Night Thrasher, White Queen, Hulk, Johnny Blaze, Loki, Rogue, Spider-Man, Juggernaut, and Namor. Up next, we'll look at all of our plexis. We found Venom, Nick Fury, and Strong Guy. And we did find one wood today. It is going to Gambit. And we found 3 battle spectrums. First up is Thing versus Hulk, Captain America versus Red Skull, and Spider-Man versus Venom. Now, all told, Wishstick, these 9 boxes were very good in terms of the characters we hit and the PMGs. Plus, Emerald Surge to 10. Like, I mean, those are so tough to pull. And the last thing we have to do is we're going to do a random for these 2 cards because we only hit 1 of each. It's going to be a simple left and right random where Hulk and Thing will be the character on the left, and then Human Torch and Thor will be the character on the right. And just like always, we use a site called random.org. And as you guys can see, I have my list left and right. And we're going to roll 2 virtual dice, and they're going to decide how many times we randomize our list. So the dice have rolled an 8. So we're going to go back to our list and randomize it 8 times. Whichever one is on top on the 8th click, that is the winner. All right, everybody, we have gone 7 times, so the next one is for keeps. And the winning side is the right side. So for these 2 cards, Hulk and Thor will go to Thor. And Thing and Human Torch will go to Human Torch. All right, everybody, that is going to do it for this edition of 92 Platinum. But make sure to save the search on eBay so anytime we get more Marvel listed, you guys are ready to go. Because we're trying to get them listed at least once a week. But sometimes when there's big baseball releases, Marvel gets pushed back a little bit. So just make sure to save the search on eBay so when we list it, you guys know. And thanks again, everyone, for joining us, and we will see y'all next time. Bye. Yeah.